Montrose Inn is big and beautiful.
At Montrose, they usually do a traditional tea service, and we've got to do something completely out of the box. We can make our own tea, like we'll steep dried mushrooms. We're not gonna serve scones. We're not gonna serve pastries.
I really hope this weather doesn't keep people away.
I think you're actually crying. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Running a restaurant in the big city is tough business. Running one in a country resort can be even tougher.
Dining should be an event, and that's where I come in. Together, we're on a mission to invade country resorts and revive the dining experience.
So that dining at a country resort is worth every bite.
And well worth the trip.
We're at the Montrose Inn, which overlooks the beautiful Bay of Quinte on Lake Ontario.
Absolutely gorgeous here, and we're gonna meet Wayne and Diane.
Who are looking to put a fresh new twist on their afternoon tea service.
I'm gonna show people that afternoon tea can be really special and sort of move away from old stereotypes of what tea is, which is crustless sandwiches, scones with jam, fancy cookies and cakes, and usually one type of tea served in a very formal setting.
Montrose is a landmark property in the area.
R.J. Graham, he was a local businessman, Scottish descent. He and his wife, Grace, they built the house in 1916.
Montrose Inn sits on just over 6 acres of land. We offer 4 guest rooms. There are 2 70-foot verandas. So each of the guest rooms has French doors that leads to a private sitting area outside their own guest room.
The Montrose Inn is big and beautiful. It's got this old world charm. You feel like you've been taken back in time as soon as you walk up the steps.
Business is slower traditionally in January and February.
We look forward to having, some input to how we could grow this and how we could wow it up a little bit.
At Montrose, they usually do a traditional tea service, and we've got to do something completely out of the box. So we're gonna push the boundaries and redefine what afternoon tea is.
Welcome to Montrose. I'm Diane.
Thank you. Hi, Rebecca. The whole place is lavish and decadent, but it's still quaint and charming in a really lovely way. To be honest, it makes me feel like I'm staying at my grandmother's house, which I love.
Wow. This is so beautiful. This is the most unique space. It's the perfect setting for an afternoon tea service because of all of the antiques and the wainscoting. It's gorgeous. How long have you been doing afternoon tea?
We've been serving teas almost since the day we opened. It started with ladies groups coming in for tea, and then we decided we should officially open a tea room, which we did about 7 years ago.
People are drawn to afternoon tea because it has an air of sophistication. It's elegant, it's old world. I bet everybody just stops their cars and drives up in the summertime. It must be really different in the winter months.
We find it's not as busy.
Yeah, it can be challenging, I bet.
That's where we need to reevaluate what we're doing and hopefully reinvent ourselves.
You can't stand still. No matter how much you want to protect the moment, you still have to move forward.
You bake everything here yourself as well?
We do, yeah.
That's delicious.
Tea service is so popular now.
It is becoming more popular with William and Kate's wedding, with Downton Abbey. We're finding more tea rooms are springing up.
Popularity is a problem because when things are popular, more people are doing them, and there's less people to be coming in your door when there's other doors that they could be possibly going into.
We want to make sure that we're still a tea room that people want to visit. There has to be a reason that sets us apart.
Tea for us is steeped in tradition.
We have an assortment of tea sandwiches, then an assorted sweet tray, and of course, tea and coffee.
This is great, but if we want to make a splash, which we need to do in order to get people to come in the wintertime, we need to think outside the box. I'm not a guy who likes to stay with tradition at all. I want to totally blow the barriers off of afternoon tea. I want to do something completely different. I really want to try to reinvent, afternoon tea. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to getting into the kitchen and changing up what people's expectation of tea is, and hopefully we'll get a lot of people back.
You have this beautiful, unique space, but I would love to give it a little more sparkle and a little more glam. The room is very dark. I want to break that up with some color, bright pops of flowers. People are looking for an excuse to dress up, to have an event. I think we can use that and really bring in a different crowd, a younger crowd, show everyone that this room can be something incredible.
I think we should get out of here and try to figure this out.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous, though, because you're putting what you've done for so long into someone else's hands.
So what angle do you hold your pinky?
We're relaunching
launching the Montrose Inn tea service. We're starting from scratch. So we're here to hopefully get inspired. We're gonna try some teas, see where it takes us. We're giving afternoon tea a new twist. We wanna push the boundaries just enough to create a buzz and get people really excited about this new idea, but we don't wanna go too far that traditional tea lovers feel like we've missed the mark. We're walking a really fine line here. So what are we drinking?
This is a chamomile.
Do you want to serve something like this?
Well, I think so. I think we could take this tea and maybe spruce it up a little bit. We can put some fresh ginger inside of it. We want to get new guests, but we also want to make sure that we keep hold of the old regular guests that come to the Montrose Inn.
The one thing I can't stand about traditional tea service is that you only get one type of tea. You get all of these desserts, you get all of these sandwiches, but only one type of tea. And I often want to try a few.
Well, then there you go. Why don't we do that? What if we did 3 different teas and we served a different course with each tea and made the food like pair, like we do like food and wine pairings, but we'll do like food and tea pairings.
Tea pairing is an amazing idea. I know I would be so excited to have a tea paired with each course. So you're gonna serve courses, and with each course is gonna be a different type of tea.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Or like we can make our own tea. Like we'll steep dried mushrooms, maybe a little bit of soy, some maple syrup, completely changing the idea of pairing tea and food together. That's really gonna spark some buzz and get people talking about the Montrose Inn.
What is this?
So this is like a mixture between like English breakfast and Earl Grey.
Oh my God, it smells so good. I've never thought about mixing the two. I hope you've had enough and are feeling strong because I need your help.
Oh boy.
Let's go.
Can I just say? I think that afternoon tea definitely needs a fresh new take on it. It's been done for centuries. I think people are really, really ready to see something different and something new.
It's heavy. Hanging a chandelier is tougher than I thought.
Now for the moment of truth, let's light it up.
Okay, I need this to be bright enough for the space. Now that we've had some tea to warm us up and inspire us for our game plan, we're heading to Rose Hip's flower shop, which will hopefully have everything we need for this revamped English garden idea. All of these bright colors are just so inspiring. They're gonna go such a long way to really brighten up that dark dining room. I think I wanna combine these two ideas of this glammed up event with this English garden vibe.
Okay, beautiful.
These roses are perfect. There's lots of different shapes and sizes. They're gonna make beautiful topiaries, which will really brighten up that dining room.
I'm gonna start pulling some flowers.
Okay, excellent.
We start with an oasis ball that you have to soak overnight to keep the flowers really hydrated. You cut all the stems on an angle to increase the surface area so that the flowers just drink up as much of that water as possible.
The red's nice. It's a nice little accent.
We're using a variety of different types of roses for the topiaries. We want different sizes, different shapes. We want a lot of variance that way.
Even in a flower shop, I'm thinking, what can I use? What can I put into this dinner to make it a little bit better? Since I'm kind of like hanging out, not doing anything, I figured I'd try to find something that we could use.
These are carnations, aren't they?
they are.
I love carnations.
Apparently it gives a nice aroma to tea, so maybe in one of the teas I can use it as well, so it'll be fun. I think I'm gonna use the carnations with the chamomile and ginger tea.
That's really pretty.
Awesome.
The end result is gorgeous. I love what we did. Now that the game plan for relaunching this afternoon tea service is well underway, I'm on the hunt for some sparkle and shine to brighten up that dark dining room.
There's too many antiques in it already. I mean, it's gorgeous, but it's so one note, you
Yeah, it's
know?
very dark. I'm looking forward to Rebecca injecting some light into the room. It's very dark. I think with adding light, it's really gonna make the food look a lot better.
That is glamour.
That's glam.
We're grabbing that,
All right.
for sure, for sure.
Really, that's grabbing my eye are the different light fixtures that he's got here. Hopefully we can find some inspiration for this tea service that we're about to do.
It's really beautiful.
It definitely has like the gold, you know,
Yeah.
Hollywood glam that you're talking about, but maybe it's a little bit too new for what the space is.
Do you have anything more traditional?
Oh, absolutely. We've got this gorgeous European chandelier here.
Oh, it's perfect. I love it. It's got the crystal element. It's gonna reflect light everywhere, but it's traditional, and I think it fits the dining room at Montrose a little bit better.
I can't believe we found such a perfect piece that fits that traditional space. It's the perfect focal point for the room.
I don't know how to hang a chandelier. Do you know anybody that I could call, or would you?
Sure, I'd be happy to for
Oh,
you.
I would be more than happy to treat you to a cup of tea.
I look forward to that.
Thank you, this is great.
Shopping's been fun, but I'm really excited about getting out of these stores and getting into the kitchen. Let's get cooking. I don't really want to expand the menu. I want to completely tear it up and start completely new.
What are you up to here?
What's going on? Just starting a little marmalade. It's going to be for the last dish that we do today.
He's going to show me stuff that way outside my comfort level, if you will.
We're not gonna serve scones, we're not gonna serve pastries, we're not gonna serve jams, we're not gonna serve clotted cream. I'm gonna take the normally sweet experience of tea and make it a savory one. Instead of like doing, you know, wine pairings where you'd go to a nice restaurant and you'd get a dish and you'd have a wine pairing or a beverage pairing with it, we're gonna do that, but instead of doing wine, we're gonna do tea. So we're gonna do 3 separate dishes with 3 separate teas, and we're gonna start off with a roasted bolero carrot, and this carrot comes from Vicky's Veggies down in the county. A little bit of carrot and ginger puree, some creme fraiche, some pumpkin, some coriander. We're gonna serve it with like a chamomile, ginger, we'll put some honey in there. We're also gonna put some carnation leaves. How does that first course sound?
It sounds great.
Okay, so the second dish, this one's gonna be completely different. We're gonna steep dried mushrooms with some mushroom scraps, and we're gonna put a little bit of soy and a little bit of maple syrup. That's gonna be the tea. And then the dish is gonna be a wild mushroom salad with Jerusalem artichokes. I think the pairing is gonna be fantastic, but it's definitely gonna be pushing the envelope for the regular afternoon tea drinkers. It's gonna be really, really cool. Wayne's looking a little scared, which is good. It means we're pushing boundaries. So the third course is gonna be a play on Earl Grey. So we're gonna take all of the components of Earl Grey. So we've got bergamot, which is a citrus, we've got milk, we've got honey, we've got the actual tea. All right, so we're gonna take that, we're gonna break it down into a couple different components and then construct it back inside of a teacup again. So we're gonna start off on the bottom with a condensed milk panna cotta. After that, we're gonna do like a little grapefruit marmalade. We're also gonna do honeycomb. That's gonna be the honey, but it's gonna be super crispy.
This will be a real wow factor for them.
Good. We're gonna make complex dishes to go with complex teas. I'm really excited about this.
Victor's breaking all the rules when it comes to food service, but we're not reinventing the entire tea service. We're just giving it a twist and refreshing it a little bit.
To begin with, I'm jazzing up this store-bought ceiling medallion by giving it an antique look to match the existing trim in the room.
You need something?
Oh, thank you. Just gonna eat some cookies.
Diane and Wayne had talked about having a chandelier in there when they first purchased the property, but the room has this gorgeous old historic light fixture, so they decided to leave it be.
But I think this room needs the wow factor of a big glam chandelier.
Okay, here we are.
Hey, thanks. Oh, that's gorgeous. To me, it's a no-brainer. You walk into that room, it demands a light fixture that is large and regal. I'm so glad we were able to put that in for them.
Now for the moment of truth, let's light it up.
Okay.
I need this to be bright enough for the space.
So beautiful. Like instantly bright. Oh my God, I love it.
The tea was a bit of a surprise to me. It would make a wonderful soup.
I really hope this weather doesn't keep people away.
We're hoping people will be open to trying new things, rather than being stuck on the traditional way they've enjoyed tea service in the past. We're certainly bringing in way more savory than we are sweet. This is definitely the first time I've ever done a tea pairing. I think people are gonna love it. I think that the food is gonna match great with the tea, and this could be something completely new here at Montrose Inn.
It'll be baby steps for me, certainly getting into this type of cooking.
The first dish that we're gonna serve, it's roasted carrot. Basically, we're just gonna go nice and slow. We're gonna make sure we get good color all the way around the carrot. And then after that, we're gonna get it into the oven on a rack. And we're gonna keep brushing it every 10 minutes with a mixture of ginger and honey. We call it the 5-hour carrot because it takes about 4 to 5 hours to cook, and it's just constantly, every 10 minutes, brushing the carrot with this mixture.
You didn't peel those, did you?
No, I never peel carrots no matter what I'm doing with them. All the flavor is like on the skin. If you peel the carrot and then you start to roast it, a lot of the water leaches out, so I can't get this like really awesome caramelized. Basically what we're doing is we're concentrating the flavor of the carrot and then kind of rehydrating it at the same time, going back and forth, back and forth. Carrot and ginger puree. And this is a tea going over here, so with chamomile, ginger, maple syrup. And then I'm gonna finish it by steeping the carnation leaves in it just briefly.
Hi, bud.
Oh, look who's finally decided to come and say hi.
What did you make me?
Nothing.
Why didn't you peel your carrots?
Why does everyone ask me the same question?
Just kidding. How you doing over here, Wayne?
Oh, doing great.
You got all the hardcore jobs.
I do, but I know my place here.
My gosh, it smells so good in there. It does. So here's our plan. Okay. We need to strip everything from this room. We need to get rid of all the little knickknacks and tchotchkes, as my grandmother used to say. We want a very clean blank canvas for us to work from. We're just gonna bring in all this crystal and really reflect light and make the space bigger and brighter. It's gonna be kind of like an enchanted garden, but really glamorous.
Okay. That is stunning.
Isn't it?
Oh,
I think Diane really likes the chandelier. It really makes the entire space light up and gives you that glamorous feeling I'm going for.
These are really pretty. We might keep these. Okay. We'll keep these out for now.
It needs different reflective surfaces, it needs crystal, it needs something to break up all of that space and bounce light around the room.
So course number 2 is mushroom salad with Jerusalem artichokes and a little bit of truffle. It's super hearty. It's gonna be a really savory dish, and we're gonna pair it with a mushroom tea. Now this is gonna be a porcini broth, and we're gonna finish it with a little bit of soy, and a little bit of maple syrup, and probably a little bit of fresh ginger in there as well. And that's gonna be like the main course.
The tea was a bit of a surprise to me. It would make a wonderful soup.
I want people to open their minds and try something unexpected that tastes amazing. That's what's gonna get people talking and coming back to the Montrose Inn. So the last dish that we're gonna be doing is dessert, and it's basically deconstructed Earl Grey. On the bottom, condensed milk panna cotta. After that, we've got 2 different citrus, not lemon, but we're gonna be using grapefruit and orange. So we've got a grapefruit marmalade and an orange curd. Marmalade's working a lot. So in there, we've got our sugar, our water, our grapefruit zest, our orange zest, and all the insides of the orange and the grapefruit.
Does that reduce a lot?
Yeah, so this is gonna reduce down to just about nothing. We're making a jam, basically, and all the pectin in the fruit is gonna set it when it gets down nice and low. In the dish, we also have honeycomb, so that's the honey. And right here, I'm working on the honeycomb, so we're gonna add our baking soda and our salt. So I got a baking sheet tray, we're gonna dump it out onto that and put it outside and let it cool super fast, and that's gonna be our honeycomb. This is the condensed milk panna cotta. I'm just setting them in the bottom of the teacups, and then we'll build the rest of the dish on top of that. Basically, we need to get them in the fridge and set the gelatin that's gonna hold it all together. This is gonna be really cute. I love these cups, I think they're beautiful.
We're supposed to have guests arriving at 2:15, but definitely a classic winter storm.
These are gonna be ready just in time.
One thing I'm really excited for today is to try Victor's carnation tea, but to do that, he needs carnations. Your flowers, my darling.
Thank you.
You look good with floral.
I do look good with floral.
You're gonna make tea out of these?
I'm gonna try to. They smell quite nice.
All right, I have faith in you.
How's it going out there?
Good,
Yeah?
it's good, it's really good.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Everything's going really well, but even the best new revamped tea service isn't gonna matter if the guests are snowed in.
All right, Wayne, you gotta wear this in your ear.
The purpose being?
Just because we're 2 confident men, we don't mind having flowers in our ears.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I was slightly worried going into this that they wouldn't want to change this traditional historic room. I think you're actually crying. Oh my gosh. Sorry. New guests that have never been to Montrose Inn are really going to be impressed by all of the sparkle, all of the glamour. And the guests that have already been to the Montrose are just going to be wowed by how we turned around this dining room. I was slightly worried going into this that they wouldn't want to change this traditional historic room.
Oh, God. Oh, it's like a magical enchanted fairyland.
Well, that's a nice compliment.
I can't believe it.
Oh my God,
it's so
crying.
It's so bright.
And do you like the chandelier?
I do. It's beautiful.
I am so happy that we swapped out that old fixture for the chandelier. It just brightens up the room, it looks like it belongs there, and it's the perfect focal point for the space.
I think you're actually crying. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I was not expecting anything this magical. I'm just so amazed that this room has literally transformed before our eyes. I can hardly wait for our tea room guests
I
to
know.
see
I'm
this.
excited too.
We wondered if you'd like to wear a hat.
I love hats and fascinators, and they're perfect for this occasion, for afternoon tea.
Well, I feel very fancy now. I'm ready for some tea.
Welcome, everyone. We are so glad that you were able to join us today.
We would love to offer everyone some hats. If you haven't brought one, get a little bit in the mood for what we're about to offer you.
I had some serious concerns that we'd have a poor turnout because of the weather, but wow, these guests must really be intrigued by Victor's take on afternoon tea.
The first course we'll be having today is going to be roasted bolero carrot. We call this the 5-hour carrot because it's been in the oven for about 5 hours. Oh, the tea that it's going to be served with is going to be chamomile, ginger, carnation, and honey.
Enjoy.
The pumpkin seed really brings out the carrot flavor. It's absolutely fabulous. And then the carnation touches on top are amazing as well. Never would have thought of doing something like that.
So the next course is going to be a wild mushroom salad with Perigord black truffles and Jerusalem artichokes. And we're also going to be serving that with a mushroom tea. So this is going to be the strangest pairing of the afternoon, I would say. I really wanted to kind of cover up all the mushrooms, so just like that.
It's the touch. Rick here probably has forgotten more than I'll ever know about cooking. It's just great to watch him work.
Wayne's been doing fantastic in the kitchen. He's been a wonderful sous chef. He's been helping me out, chopping here, cutting there. I hopefully think that Wayne will be able to take some of the inspiration or the idea behind it and, you know, try to work with it a little bit.
It's really delicious, yeah. This is amazing.
Okay, so this one's a little bit more traditional. There's condensed milk panna cotta, there's grapefruit and orange marmalade, orange curd, honeycomb. I hope you guys enjoy it. And it comes with a nice cup of warm tea.
It was exhilarating. I was not expecting anything this magical.
It was right off the map as far as the experience that I think our guests had today.
It's certainly a change from the pastries and the little sandwiches and so on. This is very, very nice.
I like this stuff.
What is in there anyway?
I don't know.
This was a completely different tea service for myself and for Wayne and Diane. Hopefully they'll, you know, try a couple new things and hopefully it'll drive some business here to the Montrose Inn.
We'll do baby steps. We might do one or two themed teas just to get our feet wet with something new.
It will allow me to consider doing different things going forward, and that's what this is all about.
That was neat, huh?
It was definitely a first. I've never done or seen anyone do tea pairings like that before. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was totally unique. I've never heard of a tea pairing before.
What about the Fascinator? Where'd you get that?
Oh, Diane lent this to me.
Are you kidding?
Oh, it looks
Stylish?
Oh, you kind of look like you have a bird on your head.